Hello and welcome, folks. Possum here, bringing you the quarterfinals match for NXT for the March Madness tournament. A big suplex coming from Baron Corbin right at the start here. Baron Corbin actually defeated Finn Balor in the first round of this March Madness tournament. He then went on to defeat Daniel Bryan to get here tonight. Heath Slater has defeated Rhino and then Jamie Noble in the second round to get here. These two guys are going to be facing off against the winner of Raw's portion of the March Madness tournament, Kane. And they'll be facing that guy tomorrow night at SmackDown. Series of blows taking down Baron Corbin as the large man now gets up here. These guys got started very quickly here as he get a low boot to the face. And Heath Slater looking for perhaps a big move now. He gets on top and a couple of big punches to the face. Heath Slater has another match later tonight. He'll be facing off against Colin Cassidy in a submission match in our lead up to the main event. We got a turn over here by Baron Corbin, rolling him over to the outside of the ring. Gonna go for another big kick to the face, flipping over Heath Slater here as he gets a shot to the lower back. One of these guys will become the top dog of NXT for that WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The top competitors of NXT competing towards that inter-brand title that is currently held by Hollywood Hulk Hogan. A big strike by Baron Corbin, and now looks like a reverse neckbreaker to take him down. Of course, we have the current NXT champion who got crowned last week. I believe it was Fandango. As you can see, a big drop kick from Heath Slater and a whip around here. The big clothesline taking him down. Heath Slater able to take the momentum on his side now. He got a big strike and another big strike and a couple of big strikes. They're taking down Baron Corbin. He looks down at Corbin and he's going to do a couple of big more strikes to the face, trying to bust open the face of Baron Corbin. Little strike to the gut here. And now picking him up once again and continuing to focus that face with those series of punches. As now he picks up Baron Corbin here. Oh, that was an enziguri to the side of the face as he takes him down and goes to the pin here. 1, 2, 3. Not quite. Heath Slater gonna have to close out this match with something big as Baron Corbin kicks out of that big enziguri here. Baron Corbin actually going for a big neck. Oh, that was a nice neck breaker here. Could he perhaps go for a pinfall now? Yes, now going for the pin. 1, 2. Only a one count as Heath Slater quickly kicks out of that. That pop-up neckbreaker was very cool looking by Baron Corbin as he gets a whip sent down to the mat. Heath Slater going to look for a big move here. Eyeing him as Baron Corbin slowly gets up here. He's got a headlock and a lifting DDT as he lands him down on the mat. He goes for the pin here onto Baron Corbin. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Heath Slater will go on to face Kane tomorrow night on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, representing the Gatecrashers, Slater.
A lot of aggression there. Well, that was just a one-sided beatdown.
Here we have the second match of the night. We have Zack Ryder versus Joey Mercury. Headlock applied by Mercury as he gets sent over the top rope now by Ryder. Big strike to the face to take him to the outside. He might not want to go out there as these two of J&J Security have been known to interfere in each other's matches quite a bit. Zack Ryder and Mercury both looking to get a couple of more wins below their belt. Perhaps going to try and go towards that NXT title currently held by Fandango. Headlock applied by Mercury as he now gets sent over the ropes once again. And a nice pop-up flapjack by Zack Ryder. As you see a strike to the lower back. Ryder keeping the momentum on his side, at least for now, as he's got a couple of strikes to the side of the face. And now slamming the face of Mercury into the mat. Ryder has not been featured on television too much so far in this universe mode, but he did have an opportunity in a triple threat match, which was eventually won by Colin Cassidy. We got a nice reverse DDT. Oh, it's almost like a power driver there by Zack Ryder with a huge amount of lift on it as he goes to the pin now into Mercury. 1, 2, 2.5 as Mercury kicks out. Ryder might have to go for the broski boot in that corner to try and finish this matchup up. He's dragging Mercury around the ring. Want to know what he's up to. He's got a nice leg drop applied. And now he's picking up Mercury. Mercury very dazed, and a nice drop kick right square to the chest of Mercury, sending him back down. Ryder with a lot of momentum here. It has not had Mercury able to get much momentum anywhere. Reverse neckbreaker, sending him down the mat, and Ryder looking for something big. Big knee to the face, take him down. Now going to pick up Mercury, keeping the pressure on here. Big strike to the face, countered by Mercury. Mercury might have his opportunity now to get momentum on his side. Headlock applied. Irish whip in the corner. We'll have to watch out here, but counter by Zack Ryder. He wants to get Mercury in that corner for the broski boot. Nice clothesline to take him down onto the mat by Mercury, as Mercury now stomps the gut of Zack Ryder and drags him into the center of the ring, perhaps for a bigger move here. Another stomp to the gut, and now a low clothesline to take Zack Ryder down onto the mat. Mercury continuing to strike Ryder. He once had an opportunity at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but Noble, who was at ringside, took his opportunity and ran with it. He got to the second round of that particular tournament and lost to Heath Slater, who we saw earlier and will be seeing later tonight against Colin Cassidy in a submission matchup. You see a Irish whip in the corner here, and a kick to the gut. Zack Ryder with a perfect setup for his broski boot in this corner here, as he gets that applied, and Mercury down on the mat. Gonna roll him over for a pin. Will it be a rope break? Yes, it will, as Mercury kicks out with the assistance of that rope, as Ryder will have to try and put him down on the mat and go for that pin with another big impact move here. Big flapjack, that might be enough here, as he now goes for a submission maneuver, and once again the foot underneath the rope, causing a rope break, making Ryder not able to finish this matchup quite yet, as he does an Irish whip into Mercury into the opposite corner here. Gonna turn him around. Will he go for another broski boot in this corner? No, countered by Mercury as he trips him up down on the center of the ring here. Headlock applied and counter once again by Mercury. Mercury gonna try and make momentum on his side now after that broski boot did not get the job done here. Will Ryder be able to counter? He does with a punch to the gut. Will Ryder be able to capitalize here as he picks up the back? He's going to go for that reverse DDT-like maneuver once again. Was he a bit too close to the ropes? Will he drag him away? No. Goes for the pin here. 1, 2, 3. That is enough for Zack Ryder to get the win.
Here is your winner, Zack.
He gets a big victory here tonight. Love him or hate him, that was an incredible match. What's going on here? It looks like there's a little confusion about who's going to start things out here.
Here we have two of the top stars of NXT, Sami Zayn and Neville, facing off against the Ascension, one of the top tag teams of NXT. Ascension has actually had a series of losses so far, as you see a reverse DDT coming from Sami Zayn, as we have Victor in the center of the ring here as he gets whipped around. Sami actually almost grabbing his tag team partner there, Neville, as they seem to have some trouble determining who would start out this match. They determined it would be Sami here, as we see a submission-like maneuver coming in by Victor here. A surfboard here as he sends him down onto the mat with a nice boot to the back. Strike from the back of Victor. And now Connor also getting in here as they do a tag team maneuver here. Will it be the follow man? No. It's a big clothesline from the top rope. Very effective here. You see Connor, the big man, coming from that top rope with a big strike to the chest of Sami Zayn. You can see like almost a welt on his chest now. Big boot and a series of strikes from the very large Connor here, as he now gets a counter here onto Sami. Big strike to the face to send him down on the mat. The Ascension has had losses so far against the... Oh, first off, we got a big powerbomb coming in here from Connor, slamming him down on the mat. It was a package powerbomb, and now tagging in Victor quickly before Sami could potentially get the tag. Sami's going to run over, though, and now Neville is your legal man for this tag team matchup. As you get a headlock applied by Neville. Drags him into the center of the ring. Gonna go for a nice Hurricane Rana, taking him down on the mat. So you get a couple of kicks now. And Neville trying to apply pressure onto Victor here. He hops over Victor as Victor looked for some sort of move there. Using his athletic ability to dodge out of the way. We're now getting a nice, wow, that was a nice move there from Victor as he slams Adrian Neville onto the mat with a huge amount of strength from not quite a big guy. As you now see Victor using the ropes to his advantage to choke out Adrian Neville, getting that rope across the throat there as he now tags in Connor. Will Connor be able to use his strength against the man who gravity forgot? He's got him against the corner here. As Victor interrupts that maneuver, we get another slam out of the corner here. This time from Connor. Doesn't look as impressive as Victor's did, because of course he's a very large man. He could do big moves like that, a big boot to the face, and now with a couple more to Adrian Neville, big stomp to the gut. And we get a counter there by Neville as he whips around, and a nice like a knee to the face to Connor here, but Connor slowly just gets up. Another Hurricane Rana, this time to Connor, as Adrian Neville has put a lot of pressure onto the Ascension. Nice shooting star press there. Standing press right in the center of the ring. Headlock applied, and a nice clothesline there. But a counter now by Connor as he sends him down on the mat. Connor might want to tag in Victor here, but an elbow to the chest will be enough for him. And he goes for another one here. All of that weight going right into the chest of Adrian Neville. As now he picks up Neville, looking very tired here. Huge flapjack, actually going into the ropes there. And he turns him over, gonna go for a pin here on to Neville. 1, 2, only a 2 count as Sami, his tag team partner, does not even come into the middle of the ring here to try and interrupt that pin. Irish whip into the corner. Now Neville gonna go and tag in Sami. Sami gonna make his way into the ring. As you see Connor now slowly making his way over. Sami able to counter and send him into that corner with a nice hard Irish whip. Headlock applied by Sami as he now goes for a suplex. Looked like that took a lot of energy and did a lot of damage. As you see now a standing moonsault. Sami, of course, showing he can do flippy stuff as well to Adrian Neville. And a bit of an answer to that standing shooting star press. As we see a nice backbreaker coming in from Sami Zayn. As he picks up Connor. Low kick to the back. And a pickup here by Connor. Connor looking very dazed and confused. As we see another suplex, this time into the pin, but his leg was underneath the rope there. And Connor was able to kick out quickly. As it looks like Sami with a nice neck or knee to the back there. As a bit of a counter to him getting up there, trying to keep Connor away from Victor here. We see a spinning sit-out powerbomb pin. 1, 2, almost 3, as Victor was very slow to get in there. Connor and Victor have had a series of problems here trying to get the win here. Will they be able to get a win out of the team of rivals here between Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville? He's got Connor against the ropes here. What is Neville looking for? He's putting him through the ropes. And Neville gonna look for it to go over the top rope. As he runs around the ring. Gonna go a big splash over that top rope. Nice dive over that top rope. As both tag team competitors take a look to make sure their tag team partner is alright here. Headlock applied. It looks like it's going to be another suplex this time on the outside. On that lightly padded concrete. It looks like Sami is very tired now. Will he be able to get back on the ring before that 10 count? Victor looking to interrupt any more moves that Sami wants to do here. As we have Adrian Neville now sending Connor into the ring and Sami following suit. As Sami is up on his feet though. Will he be able to get the advantage here? Neville making himself into the ring. Nice drop kick by Sami as he takes down Connor. He might go for a pin in this corner here. It would be a good opportunity too, as everyone's a bit distracted. Drop kick. He ran to the side first to get a nice angle on that drop kick. As he drags Connor to the center of the ring, what will he look for here? A sending moonsault here, right to the center mass of Connor as he looks very dazed now. Headlock applied. He's going to take him down for a submission maneuver. Crossface right in the center of the ring. Will Victor be able to interrupt here, or will he get to the rope? It looks like Victor is able to interrupt that submission maneuver. It seems like submission maneuvers are a very effective way of getting wins in these tag team matches because it can go faster than even a 3 count. As he gets a pinfall onto Connor here, ref very slow to count, does not even get a 1 count before Victor is able to interrupt. Kick to the gut. As now Connor gets knocked out to the outside with that kick. As it seemed like there was a bit of a problem there. Belly to belly gets interrupted by Neville, but a big shoulder check takes him down on the mat, and Neville now sends Connor back into the center of the ring. Will Neville make his teammate have his undoing, or will Sami be able to get back in time? It seems like Connor makes his way back out, but now gets back in, as Sami does as well. These two men have been in the ring for quite some time, as we got that spinning sit-out powerbomb far away from the enemy ring, but Victor very quickly getting back in the ring, able to interrupt that count. That spinning sit-out powerbomb with a lot of speed to it, and now a nice move there into a submission maneuver here. Will Connor tap out here? Victor quickly able to get over there and interrupt, and now actually attacking Connor a bit by accident, stopping there. As we see a nice move there, sending Sami down to the mat, and going to go for the pin is Connor here, but it looked like it was a rope break of some sort as Sami quickly kicked out there. Headlock applied, and Connor going to look for a big move, sending Sami into the corner. Will it be the fall of man here? He's got a big toss here. Connor looking for a big check here as you see the fall of man. As we see a big strike, he's going to go for the pin here against Sami. Only a 1 count as he takes down both men of the Ascension, now pounding on Sami just for the moment. As we see a reverse neck breaker down onto Sami. Sami down on the mat, going to go for the pin here once again. 1, 2. Adrian Neville interrupting, saving Sami Zayn once again. Sami has been in this ring for quite some time. He might want to make a tag for Neville, and this would be an opportunity to do so. As we see a nice arm drag takedown, and now he's going to go for another moonsault right into the center mass of Victor. He's running over to make a tag to Neville. Now this will be the opportunity for Victor to get a win on Neville if he's able to put a big move here, but he is not able to, as we see a big knee to the face. That running knee, a lot of damage coming in from Adrian Neville. That kick with a huge miss here. As you see a back body drop from Victor. Will he be able to get a pinfall here? Nice shot with that fist to the face as he now picks up Adrian Neville. Will he be looking to get to a tag to his tag partner here? He sends Neville into the corner here, and he's got a tag to Connor. Will this be another fall of man? This time to Neville. It looks like it will be here as he gets a trip up and a shoulder check, and down in the middle of the ring is Neville. Ref slow to count, and it's only a 1 count as Sami intervenes. Connor looking visibly frustrated here as he slowly picks up Neville and does a axe handle to the lower back. Tag over to Victor. Will Neville tag in Sami, or will he stay in this ring? Nice knee, sending Neville down to the ring. Will it be enough though? No. As another knee coming in now as he sends him down to the ring. As he got a big kick. Victor looking very tired here. A couple of big knees right to the face of Neville. Will it be enough? No. Neville able to counter, and now with a big strike, and he's going to go for his own knee of himself right to the throat of Victor as he goes to the pin now. Ref once again slow to count 1, but only a 1 count as Victor quickly kicks out. Connor not wanting to interrupt that maneuver as we see that big scoop slam coming in from Victor once again as he tags in Connor now. This strength of the Ascension, will he be able to close out this match, or will the two rivals, the big stars of NXT, still continue? As we see a nice maneuver there by Connor lifting up Neville, and a nice elbow coming in once again. Victor looking for a tag here, but Connor ignoring as he picks up Neville here and gonna go for a big flapjack slam, sending him right into the ring. Will he go for the pin far away from Sami? Victor gonna try and interrupt here. Was a 2? It's a 3. The Ascension get their victory over Sami and Neville.
Here are your winners, Victor and Connor, the Ascension.
Absolutely amazing. We knew he felt he had to win this one tonight. I mean, there's absolutely no way to underscore how big this victory is. Perhaps the biggest in his life.
Slater has been putting in work as now he has a submission match against Colin Cassidy after his earlier victory over Baron Corbin to make his way into the semi-finals of the March Madness tournament. He'll be facing off against Kane tomorrow night at SmackDown, but first he has to get through Colin Cassidy here at NXT. In this submission matchup, both of these men not particularly known for their submission maneuvers here, as Big Cass known for his big strikes and a huge amount of power. Being 7 foot tall, can't quite teach that, as we have Heath Slater now getting slammed down on the mat by Colin Cassidy. As he gets a couple of big squeezes here, now throwing Heath Slater across the ring.
Watch it! Oh my! Talk about making a statement.
Fandango interrupting the match, and even though this is not a no disqualification matchup, this does not end the match, apparently, as we see a one-legged Boston Crab by Big Cass onto Heath Slater. Will that interruption cause a victory? No. It looks like Slater was able to get to the ropes there as Big Cass interrupts, and now big strikes coming in. A low drop kick to the leg of Big Cass, going to try and chop down that 7-foot tree. That is Big Cass. Big strikes here, and another big one to send him down on the mat. That's how he did a lot of his damage with his match against Baron Corbin earlier tonight, as he now goes for a bit of a sleeper, modified version of a crossface almost, not quite getting a hold on the arm, but putting a lot more pressure on the back, and now releasing Cass onto the mat here with a big drop kick right to the face. A lot of elevation on that from Heath Slater, as Slater now puts the offense onto Big Cass. That was an interruption by Fandango, our NXT champion, who has been feuding with Colin Cassidy and been interrupting his matches as of late. Headlock applied by Cass as he now gets a big suplex and a nice slam. You gotta wonder, even if either of these men win, who would have won had Fandango not interrupted. Big boot by Big Cass, as he might go for a submission maneuver after that. He might go for another move across the leg, or perhaps against the face. Is now a big knee to the face once again. And he looks for something here. As he turns him over, gonna go for a camel clutch right in the center of that ring. As Heath Slater slowly crawls towards that ring. Ref trying to move himself out of the way, as it seems that Heath Slater gonna try and make his way over. Cass lets go, however. It might have been a mistake, as Slater able to interrupt. Headlock applied, and now a big suplex driver from Big Cass. And now he's going to do a couple of stomps here, and big boot to the face. Another boot to the face, as that camel clutch doing a lot of damage to the neck and the upper back. Another knee to the face here, as Colin Cassidy has expended a lot of energy, but he is not down on the mat like Heath Slater. Heath Slater has already been in one match earlier tonight against Baron Corbin. And then another big boot to the face here. Will Cass go for a submission win? And the submission matchup, we got a surfboard right in the center of the ring. Nowhere for Slater to go. Will he submit here? Will he say yes to the referee? Will he give up, or will he continue on? Will he be able to get out of the surfboard by Big Cass? Those long arms of Cass not quite able to put on enough leverage here, as you see a counter by Slater and a nice clothesline to take him down on the mat. Both these guys going after different titles, as we see that scissor kick taking him down on the mat. And it looks like Slater's looking for another big move after that scissor kick, as now he's got that DDT, that risen DDT that got him the win on Baron Corbin. Will he look for, what submission will he go for here? He did a lot of damage to the head there. Will it be a head-based attack? It will be a knee to the face. And now might look for a big maneuver here, but a counter by Cassidy. And now going to go for that big clothesline, as he just puts out that arm. It's right at the neck level of Heath Slater. A little bit shorter than Big Cass, as he whips him around the ring. Got him in the corner. That was a big splash that sort of was a bit short there by Slater. He now turns it around. Cass, what will he go for here? Cass just slowly moving himself away from the mat. He turns him around, tries to get the back of Cassidy, but Cassidy able to counter here. And now a big suplex driver once again. No, that was a jackhammer there by Colin Cassidy, as he drags Slater right into the center of the ring. Might go for a submission maneuver. No, right into a big boot as he sends Slater down onto the mat. And a couple of kicks to the lower spine. Will he get his win with this a submission maneuver here? Neck drag takedown into a bit of a sleeper, but his feet were under the ropes, a bit too close to the ropes there. Elbow from Slater as he gets a counter, and now his advantage here as he does a sidewalk slam, backbreaker, putting that knee right into the back of Cassidy, and now using that knee once again to now put him in a surfboard here. Doesn't quite have the long arms of Cassidy, but still going to be putting a lot of leverage on that back of Big Cass. It does not look... Cass actually able to counter using a lot of that strength to actually pull Slater over the top of him. As he got another counter here, sending Slater down onto the mat. Well, Cass uses 2 counters to try and close out this matchup. He looks like he wants to do more damage here as he goes for another suplex jackhammer. I thought he was going to go for that driver once again, but no, the jackhammer. And he does it stomped. It looks like Slater is just passed out right here on the mat as Cass just constantly stopping him as he picks up Slater now. Big punch countered. Slater dodged out of the way, and he's got that scissor kick to take him down on the mat once again. Will Slater go for a big move? He looks like he's aiming for that risen DDT once again as he picks him up, and the DDT slammed right into the down onto the mat. Will he go for the submission here? That arm is against the ropes, but not quite. As the ref tells him to break it up there, as Cassidy was able to grab that rope and get out of that surfboard. Pick up by Cassidy as he might try and wait this match now. Kick to the gut, chop to the chest, and now a big suplex maneuver once again. That jackhammer right in the center of the ring. Will he get his submission applied here? He has not gone for his submission maneuver in quite some time as he rolls Slater into the center of the ring. Big kick to the gut, and now a big kick to the face. As now he kicks to the back once again. Is he just toying with Slater here, it seems, as he's not been trying to close out this matchup for quite some time. Irish whip around the ring. Big scoop slam. Power slam there by Slater as he now mounts Big Cass, and a couple of big strikes to the face as he tries to go for perhaps a victory here over the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. It seemed drag over to the side of the ring. That slam in the face. Will he go for a submission maneuver, weakening the leg of Cass? Cass able to counter and pushing him away. It seems almost at this point the man who gets a decent submission maneuver right in the center of the ring will be the winner, as we get a kick to the gut and a nice kick to the face once again by Slater. And Slater is laid out over by the ropes now. Headlock applied, but countered by Slater. He sends him down to the mat. This will just be a perfect time to put on that one of those surfboards or sleeper maneuvers, as he now gets a couple of strikes to the face of Cassidy. He's got to pick up here. That was a nice kick there by Slater, and I know he'd love to just lay down and pin him for the win, but he's got to get back up. He's got to put Cassidy in some sort of leverage maneuver to get him to submit here. There are no pinfalls, no countouts. Can only win is submission, as we get a twist of fate coming in by Heath Slater. That is not a move we have seen from him thus far in this matchup, as we've got a couple of big strikes to the face of Cassidy. Turn him over and make him tap. That is the only way you're going to win this match, Mr. Slater, as we get a couple of big strikes once again by Slater to his face. And now Cassidy getting turned over as he slowly gets up. He just shakes off the light strikes, as now Cassidy looking for big strikes with a huge boot, and now going to apply that boot to the face of Heath Slater with a couple more big boots. Walking over to the corner. He's holding his head, just recomposing himself as he watches Slater slowly get up. Will he go for a big kick? Slater having to crawl over and almost use the ropes here, but Cass slamming him back against the mat as Slater looks almost passed out here. Cass just toying with Slater here as he takes him down on the mat once again. Picks him up now. Headlock into this jackhammer once again in the center of the ring. Is he going to have to apply a submission maneuver, though? He's just been toying with Heath Slater, continuing to damage him. Does he have some sort of allegiance with Kane, and he just wants to wear out Heath Slater after this long, drawn-out matchup? Does he get an Irish whip into around the ring? Power slam by Slater. Will he go for a win after that? He's got to turn him over. No, he's going to go for a mount and a couple of big strikes to the face once again. These guys both not wanting to go for the win quite yet. Nice back body drop. And now an elbow to the chest of Slater. The fans are cheering for Big Cass. They want him to win here. But Cass going for a couple more boots to the face, damaging Slater. We know he's been damaged enough here. He will submit if put in a submission predicament here. Low drop kick. And now that scissor kick to take him down on the mat. And Slater now looking for another elevated DDT. As we got a nice DDT. I think that's the third one now applied. As Slater has to get himself up. Has to get Cassidy in some sort of submission maneuver. I have said at the beginning these guys are not known for their submissions, but I would think that they would try a few submissions in a submission-only matchup. As you see Cass able to pull himself up faster than the man who used that finisher on him. Headlock applied, but countered by Slater as he now trips up Cassidy and sends him down on the mat. There's been an absolute destruction between these two combatants, both of them. No, that dropkick was just denied by Cassidy. Will he be able to put a finish to this matchup? He looks for that big jackhammer once again. Slater down on the mat. And now Cassidy up. He's got the advantage here. He drags Slater into the center of the ring. What is he looking for here? He's looking for a boot to the face. And another boot to the face. I'm surprised he has not drawn blood yet. As he drags Slater, almost a dead corpse, right into the center of the ring for a couple more boots to the face here. He has been absolutely destroying Slater here, but Slater has been able to dish out a lot of damage of his own to Cassidy. Cassidy picking up Slater, gonna put him in that back body drop once again. And Cassidy now has expended a lot of energy. He'll have to get up and apply a submission maneuver here, stomping the back of Slater. He's got his back. He's picking him up here. He's going to go for that jackhammer once again, right in the center of the ring. Come on, Cassidy. You can do it. You just got to put a headlock on him. I'm sure if you just put a headlock or some sort of crossface, or even a half Boston Crab or camel clutch, you will beat Heath Slater, the #1 contender, the top dog for NXT, but he is just toying with him as he gets a strike to the face, and Slater now with a big slaps to the chest to Cassidy, just mocking him really. As now we see a big kick to the gut, and now he's turning over Cassidy, turning him over once again, rolling him over almost like an alligator roll. As we see a shot to the kidney there, and a counter. Both men looking for that, looking to do more damage. I was going to say they're looking for the finish, but no one has tried to finish this matchup for quite some time here. That big kick missing, and an elbow to the back of the head. As now he drags Slater in the center of the ring. He's got him on his back. Will Cassidy look for a win here with a submission maneuver here? He's got more kicks to the gut here. He picks up, but a rake to the eyes by Slater to counter whatever move he was looking for there. Big boot sends Heath Slater down on the mat as Slater has been taken out by Cassidy. At this point, any damage that Fandango has done has been nullified by the sheer amount of damage that both of these guys have put on against each other. Big strike to the chest and a nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker there, slamming him down on the back. And a big elbow to the chest here. We've seen some big moves brought out. The twist of fate by Heath Slater earlier. Now that huge tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Both of these guys. And now another one. Will he try and finish the matchup now that he's taken out that big move? Rolling out of the way. Oh, there is blood. As we see a big knee to the face of Slater as now he sees the blood He's drawn down on the bottom of the mat. Cassidy looking very tired right in the center of the ring. But Slater with a straight to the back to keep him down. Cassidy quick, able to dodge out of the way, but not able to dodge away that last slap. We got that elevated DDT onto Cassidy once again. And Slater not going for the finish, going a few more strikes. He wants to bust open the face of Cassidy now that his face has been busted open. They know both these guys have been going on in this match for quite some time. Quite some time in this submission matchup. As we see a backbreaker now. Slater very tired. Will he go for a win? He's going for more damage. He's got the leg. Gonna do an elbow to the knee. Trying to weaken that knee some more. He's done a lot of damage all across the body of Cassidy. I'm sure he hasn't quite focused the knee, but I'm sure that it would do a finish if he did apply a move here. Will we see a surfboard coming in? No. An elbow to the chest. Come on, you just got to put him in a submission maneuver as he drags Slater into the center of the ring. Big stomp to the gut and a big boot to the face as Heath Slater is now taken up here. Slam the face against the mat. Slater wants to bust open the face of Colin Cassidy before this match finishes. We got that leg scissors takedown as he goes and sets up for that elevated DDT. Oh, that knee right to the throat as he does more damage to the chest and now to the face of Cassidy as those big strikes right to the face, right to the forehead. As now going to try and go for that DDT perhaps, but a counter now as he sends Cassidy down onto the mat. One of these guys is very close to winning this matchup. And we can go to our main event of Bull Dempsey versus Tyler Breeze. As we see now another series of strikes by Cassidy, or by Heath Slater onto Cassidy, as Slater has had the momentum for quite some time. Counter by Cassidy, as now he might be able to get the win out, as we see a shoulder check take him down to the mat. He's dragging him right into the center. He's probably going to go for another boot to the gut and a boot to the face, busting up Slater even more. Cass has just completed the destruction of Slater here. He's going to be in no shape to go in his matchup on SmackDown here. As you see another big boot. Both of these guys just not wanting to finish the matchup. We've seen them go for submission moves earlier in the matchup, but now that they have the opportunity to win, that they know that their men have been damaged enough, they've not gone for one. But now Slater with that modified crossface, with that knee into the back, he's not quite at the ropes. The ref taps out. Colin Cassidy taps out, and Heath Slater is finally your winner.
Here is your winner, representing the Gate Crashers, Slater.
What a big win here tonight. Absolutely. Whenever you get a win after a match like this, it's big.
We saw these two guys face off last week, and they face off once again in our main event here tonight at NXT, as you see the strength of Bull Dempsey able to get over the technical prowess of Tyler Breeze, and he just pushed him away, and now he does once again, showing the strength. They tie up once again, and now Bull Dempsey going behind with a nice lift and a headlock applied. Dempsey now with a big strike to the face.
What? Wait a minute.
Disrespecting Bull Dempsey is Tyler Breeze as he just walks out of the match. They had a no disqualification match last week, if I recall correctly, a false count anywhere, but this is not that type of matchup. As you see Bull Dempsey in the center of the ring, looks like Tyler Breeze might just want to walk out in this matchup, as we have a 4 count there by the ref, and we got a 5 count now as Tyler Breeze deciding to come back in. As we get back to the action here, is it just a bit of a mind game being played by Tyler Breeze onto Bull Dempsey, as now Dempsey gets an armbar applied to him by Tyler Breeze, countered as well, as these two guys continue their basic arm bars against each other right in the center of the ring now that Tyler Breeze is ready for this matchup. He walked out just for a little bit, but then came back as we now see a giant scoop slam by Bull Dempsey. A lot of that weight going right onto the chest of Breeze. As now Breeze able to roll out of the way of that strike, as we now see a spine buster there. The sit-out spine buster, in fact, as he rolls out of that. The big strike that got rolled. Oh, that was just a freight train coming in, taking down Tyler Breeze. Headlock applied, and an Irish whip coming in now. As you see Breeze sent around the ring, neckbreaker, takedown by Breeze. Knee to the face to take him down some more as Breeze continues his bit of momentum against Bull Dempsey. Dempsey with a counter, with another scoop slam, with a bit of delay on that. A lot of weight going to the chest as now slams of the head against that back of the mat. At least it's not his face, I'm sure Tyler Breeze is thinking. To see a big splash going for the pin onto Breeze. 1, 2, only a 2 count. That was a lot of weight to come crashing down on the chest of Breeze. As now he gets picked up here. He's going to whip around the ring. Breeze sent into the corner. Bull Dempsey looking for a big move out of this corner, perhaps. Knee to the gut. As he sets him up, he's going to perhaps go to the top rope and go for a diving headbutt here. As he got up on the top rope, Tyler Breeze just able to roll out of that way. As now Dempsey looking for another move, perhaps. Irish whip coming in by Tyler Breeze, but countered into a belly-to-belly suplex by Bull Dempsey. Dempsey now picking up Tyler Breeze as he gets countered and sent into the Irish whip into the corner here. A nice drop kick to send him down to that, and another drop kick very quick there by Tyler Breeze as Tyler Breeze wakes up and continues this matchup. Countered by Bull Dempsey into a suplex driver, sending the face of Breeze into the mat. He goes for the pin here. 1, 2, 3. Bull Dempsey with that driver taking out Prince Pretty.
Here is your winner, Bull.
An emotional victory here tonight. Man, oh man, what a